We are live. Hey everybody, how's it going? I am here with a very special guest today. My friend Anna Kim has come on and she is going to be doing some very fancy, very not I guess spooky is not really the word, right? But
Oh, we like the word spooky.
okay, very spooky tarot readings today for some of our listeners. My friend Anna Kim. So, Anna, I'm not really sure how to introduce you. You were like, you're sort of infamous, right? So it's like it's hard to know what to say. How would you introduce
This is
yourself?
positive. This is a positive thing, so I'll go with it. So yeah, I do tarot work and amongst other things, but for this podcast or this live stream, tarot work. So we're gonna be meeting with, I guess, some new people I've never met. I'm very excited. I've been doing tarot since I was in college, so a long time, maybe let's see, 35 minus 21, 14 years. Started off as a party trick, I'll be honest. And then people were like, wow. And then I gave it up because it was a party trick. And then I went to New Orleans and got my cards read and was gifted a tarot deck, which kind of brought me back into tarot work. And I've been doing it on the side, aka every day, as almost like a second job, second fulfilling career. And I really enjoy it. Do a lot of big events, and but I have mostly private clients. And yeah, so that's how I kind of got into it a little bit in a nutshell. I don't know what the infamous part though. I don't even want to ask you what that means, so we'll skip that part.
I just everybody knows you. You're like you're. It's a very positive thing. I mean, it's always a good thing to be known. I think.
Well, when you're Asian in New Hampshire, I guess, yeah, and a twin, but
Yeah, see that's all just part of the mythos, though. There's a lot more. You can dig deep. Um, I'm curious. So the one thing that stuck out to me is you said you got gifted your tarot deck, which sounds, we were talking about spooky a second ago. That sounds like. Can you
yeah.
tell that
No,
story?
old school style tarot readers would say that in order to become a tarot reader, you have to be gifted a used tarot deck. New age tarot readers would say you can buy whatever deck you want that calls to you, sleep with it under your pillow on a full moon. I know that sounds like, well, I guess new age, but the old tarot readers would say that you'd be gifted a deck from somebody. So I was gifted a deck from my tarot reader that I went to in New Orleans, who said, you're going to do tarot, you're going to do wonderful things. That deck I had until this year, actually until last Wednesday, and I gifted it to a girl that I did a reading for, who then cried, hugged me, and said, I can't take this. And I said, you have to. Sorry, but it's calling to me to give it to you. So it's not something that you take lightly to gift that tarot deck to somebody, but I gifted that deck out. It was my first original Rider Waite deck. All the cards are still there. It was the most, Rider Waite is the artist that did the original 72 cards, 78 cards, and first 22 were major arcana, 56 would be the rest. And that's what I use. I use a Rider Waite deck. Every deck I use is a Rider Waite deck. So it's the same meaning on every card. It's just different stylistically or aesthetically, kind of thinking about it like, I don't know, when you go to a wedding, what kind of shoes you're going to wear. Chuck Taylors or Christian Louboutins. Doesn't matter. It's just what calls to you, but they're still shoes. It's kind of a similar thing. But yeah, that deck was gifted to me and I loved it, still love it, and I love it even more that it's gone on to somebody else.
So, like, so once you're gifted a deck, can you just buy decks then? Like, is it a free for all then, or is it still
Again,
rules?
it's kind of like that old school versus new age thing where the old school would say, now you are a tarot reader. You have to, not you don't have to, but the typical thing is you start with the first, doing readings for yourself with the first 22 cards, which are the major arcana, which is the Fool all the way to the World. After that, you can incorporate all 78, which includes the four suits: cups, swords, pentacles, wands, which coincides with each element. So wands is fire, pentacles is earth, swords is air, cups are water, just like zodiac signs. We have four zodiac sign types, same thing. Think of it the same as a regular deck of playing cards, spades, clubs, same thing. But after that, yes, old school wise, you'd be able to then start that journey, kind of like apprenticing yourself and then you can move forward into buying and choosing your own decks. New Age would tell you that's an incredible bonus gift to be given that from an old school tarot reader, but that you can still buy a deck that calls to you. Everybody recommends across the board, as kitschy as it sounds, that yes, you sleep with it under your pillow the first time you get it under full moon. Full moon is a big thing. So cyclical rebirth, if you will.
And she give you any like I'm sorry. I don't know why I assumed it was a woman. That's weird.
Well, no, a lot of them are, but yeah, he was an old man. Old man.
That's so,
like,
that's super. Did he
like,
disappear?
I had to,
like, did you turn around and then turn back and he wasn't there anymore?
Actually, close, because I wanted a reading in New Orleans that was not like your Frenchman's Quarters right off the road. So I asked people around the town in Frenchman's where, and unless this is a huge elaborate tourist plot, which it could have been, but I don't care because it was so good. I ended up in a shop that sold masks, like the kind that you wear to like a, what do they call that? The masquerade balls. Beautiful, hand drawn, painted. And I had to go behind the shop and ask this guy for a password, then go to a coffee shop, go behind that coffee shop, ended up in this little back room where he put it on a CD. I mean, this wasn't that long ago to where CDs were obsolete, but it was like enough time to where CDs were obsolete. And my reading is on a CD. I still have it. Don't have my wedding pictures. I then got divorced, but I still have my tarot CD of my reading. And yeah, it was really compelling. I mean, but yes, keep going.
Once you like kind of get gifted the deck, what's the, like, is there like, where do you learn about it, or do you just like?
So the recommendation that I was given was to go with the way you learn to ride a bike, right? Nobody gives you an actual written manual and says, learn to ride this bike. You get on the bike and you realize what you can and cannot do, and what you can't do, you learn with balance, you learn with time. So I would equate that with tarot. A lot of people would say, again, you start doing readings just for yourself until you're comfortable. Then after the major arcana, you incorporate the whole deck, but eventually it will feel like breathing or riding a bike. So you'll know. And as weird as that sounds, it's true. You do know. If I looked back when I was in college and said, wow, I'll be doing tarot in my 30s, mid 30s, and I never wanted / thought that it would be even a way of living per se, monetarily, but I would have thought that people were insane. I was selfish and cared about myself and partying and making money. Now, though, I have so many clients that I truly love. I've changed the lives of a lot of people, and I can say that confidently and happily and humbly, though. But it was through learning my own stuff first. It was through learning my what I could do and what I can't. I'm not going to get on a bike and pop a wheelie. Well, I might have tried, depending on the age.
You could do it. I believe in you.
Yeah, most people wouldn't have done that. They would have gotten on and slowly learned it and felt the balance. Same thing. Think of it like Star Wars. Feel the balance.
What do you do when you? So like I know recently you did a big show. What was the
Cult of Art?
Cult of Art. You also do like you went and did like a
parties, yep.
Party,
corporate events. Yeah.
How does that thing corporate events?
I did a corporate Galentine's Day event last Wednesday in Boston. I did 17 readings in 2.5 hours. Yeah, it was a catered, beautiful event for a big corporate company in Boston. I drove all the way in. It was fantastic. It was no different than when I do bachelorette parties, even Cult of Art. It's just a different group of people, different group of ladies in this case, but sometimes men, you know. Often actually Cult of Art, I get a lot of men.
Do you find that, well, I guess probably not at Cult of Art, but like if you go and do a corporate party, do you find that people maybe treat it as more of like a fun, silly thing as opposed to like something, obviously you're very serious about it, and
yes,
it seems like like if you're gonna do it, you probably should treat it pretty seriously, right?
Yeah, but I don't blame people that go into it thinking it's like a palm reading, or not that I'm I guess, see, there was my bias saying palm reading. I'm not saying palm readings are bad, or they're not real. I don't know enough of them to make the decision, but I just had that reaction. So I don't I don't take too offense to it. What I do love is when I leave those readings and the head honcho of that corporate event last Wednesday said, usually she said, I've hired tarot readers before for this Valentine's Day event. They're like a big event planning company in Boston. And they said, usually somebody comes out saying, oh yeah, it was like not spot on, but like kind of, or somebody's like, oh, I liked it. But she goes, everybody that came out said, oh my God, how did she know that? So for me, it's, yes, there's a level of, I get why people think that, but also what I believe this in the bottom of my soul, the way I guess maybe some people would with religion or not being religious, just life or whatever you want to call it. But it all does go hand in hand. And so I believe this to my very soul. So when people come out of it, it's not, huh, I told you, it's, hey, I hope I showed you a different way that you weren't aware of before. And now it will resonate with you. I know it will.
Hold on one second. My son just came downstairs.
Fair enough. Saw that coming.
Why, buddy? I need you to go upstairs. I'm in the middle of a meeting, okay?
I don't want to go upstairs.
Can you please just go go see Mama, okay?
No, I was sleep upset.
Okay, go sleep upstairs, please, okay? Buddy, I'm right in the middle of doing something. Sorry about that.
We all have kids. We get it.
Before we go into the actual readings, I am just going to do a quick ad read for our very special sponsor, who I love very much and who has believed in me. Let me know what you think of this fucking killer ad. Are you tired of dealing with grumpy mortgage lenders who make the process of getting a home loan feel like a root canal? Well, look further. Empire Mortgage is the cure for your lending woes. Michelle and her team have the perfect mix of positive attitude, great personality, and industry knowledge. That's right, they've got all the know-how to make sure you get the mortgage that's right for you. I can personally attest to the warm family environment Michelle brings to her business. Working with her is a real pleasure that makes you feel comfortable and confident in the loan you get. Call them today and discover what sets them apart from the rest. Your new home will thank you. Okay, here's some quick legal stuff and some official numbers that I have to read to make this legal. NMLS number 1929987, licensed by the state of New Hampshire 23340MBR, personal license number 148215, equal housing opportunity. All right, that's the end of the ad. That's the.
All right. Well, next time you should have me read the ad because I think I could put a little more oomph behind it.
I will. So we should record one after. They would love that.
Yeah, I know my stuff with mortgage lenders and MLS. I took my real estate exam.
You're like, honestly,
I'm a jack of all trades.
I know I've met a lot of people in my life. I've met very few people who are as like driven as you. So it's honestly. And anyone, I would honestly suggest, even if you're not into tarot and you're watching this right now, to go follow Anna like everywhere because she's one of the coolest people that I know.
If I could blush, I would. I don't think Asian people get red unless we drink, but I'd be blushing.
One thing I do want to ask, and this isn't an attack on you, but I just would like to hear your opinion on this subject. I actually probably should have warned you about this before, but
no, don't warn me about anything.
I didn't think. So, like, obviously in the past, there's been a lot of, like, stuff that's come out, like people were on TV and they were doing, like, they were, like, cold readers, right? Like, talk to your grandma, like, that kind of shit.
Mediums, yeah.
Right. Like,
mediums.
Yeah. And a lot of that is tied up in sort of the occult ideas, and there is some overlap in people's minds with tarot and palm reading, like you had kind of had a reaction to palm reading before. Like, so what do you tell people, and how do you differentiate yourself, and like how do you feel about that when that kind of stuff comes out?
Well, first of all, as a woman in sales, okay, which is my big background, I understand why people think that way. I think it's a shame that mediums, the ones that are cold calling you to talk to the dead, sales has always been originated, sorry to get businessy, on desperation. So of course, when you look at the occult, people, what are they most desperate for? To connect with the ones that they've lost. I mean, you could look at it from any single angle. You could look at it from people in the funeral business. You could look at it from people doing medium readings. You can look at it from the plot of land that you're paying to be buried in, right? So unfortunately, these people are taking advantage of that. Now, am I taking advantage of somebody who, when they pick and I ask them what they're going to address, me advise them on their career? Probably not. I mean, so I would say number one, first and foremost, the two are so far apart from the motivation. The motivation for me is it's not foretelling the future. This is not reading the future. This is reading a path that already exists inherently. I like to tell people, think of it like a tree from Avatar. Everything you do, every choice you make splits and splits and splits. The universe, whatever you want to call that, whether that be God with a capital G, God with a lowercase g, no God at all, but the universe, the energy that we live in, which nobody can dispute, right? I believe, and tarot readers believe, that when you're called to do tarot, it's because you're reading the path that's best suited for the person that you're reading for. And unlike some other divination, tarot is kind of like being chosen to learn a language that isn't in a dictionary. So not everyone can do tarot. And that might sound like, oh, well, that makes it easy. But really what it is to me is that I think anyone could read tarot. I think it just takes somebody who has moved into a different part, 5D, if you will, to do it. So for me, it does bother me when those things happen. But guess what? I don't believe in children going to school with a gun in their pocket, but it happens. So I also know that these things happen. The person sitting in front of me, though, isn't the person that believes that every cold calling medium is a sack of shit. To be honest, they're saying, okay, Miss Cleo from the 90s, no thanks, but I'm here talking to you. So I think we can all be heard, hear the things that are out there. I wouldn't look at it like, oh, it's hurting me. It's not. These people are hurting themselves. Hopefully they could sleep at night. Probably not. But if they can, they're going to somewhere else. So, but it doesn't affect me or my craft or my lens of the craft, I guess, if you will.
Cool. Well, that was a really good answer. So good job. I'm glad I didn't forewarn you.
I like to be on the fly, Nick.
And so, unless you have anything else that you'd like to say,
let's bring him in.
Let's bring someone in and fucking get reading.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how this is going to line up. So the first person we have coming in is our friend Rachel James. You may know her.
Oh, love her. I already know she's a boss lady, so I don't even have to read her card.
Oh yeah, she's a bad bitch for sure. Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
How are
She's
you?
like, oh my god, am I live?
I'm hi.
A different forum, I know.
I know. Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I'm really excited to have you and I talk about this, and with our lovely Nick, who was behind our last stuff. But yeah, good to see you.
I know. Very good to see you. Sorry, I was reading. I don't know if you guys have you guys ever read this book? It's incredible.
I've heard of that book.
You
really, oh yeah, I've heard of that book.
I did. You recommended it to me, actually.
Is it an entrepreneur book?
It is, and you can pick it up and put it back down all the time. It's like so good.
What was the other one you recommended to me? The other one by Tim Ferriss, the mentor one. Team of Mentors, School of Mentors, something like that.
That's a good one. The 4-Hour Work Week, like everything he writes.
Ooh, 4-Hour Work Week. I like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully my boss isn't watching this.
I know. Yeah.
Actually, hopefully he is. Actually, I take it back. Hopefully he is.
Yeah.
So Nick, we're gonna do a reading for Rachel, right? And Rachel, when's her birthday? I don't know if I asked.
It's April 10th.
Okay, so you're an Aries, and
yes,
which I'm not surprised about with the boss energy. Aries are very, especially the women. Aries, I'm a triple Gemini. Aries and Gemini get along like this. Aries women, though, are like the powerhouses. I think Anna Wintour is an Aries, a woman, but like, so
believable.
They're very, they're go-getters. And unlike Taurus female energy, they've got the fire rather than the earth. So they tend to also be able to utilize that like emotional part of their brain as opposed to just logic. Which is why Aries men, Nick, I hope you're not an Aries, but
I'm a Capricorn.
Oh, of course.
Are you?
Okay, but Aries, I'm like not surprised, but I'm kind of surprised that you're doing this stream with me because Capricorn men tend to be very against the anything they can't prove.
Every time
But-
I read a Capricorn thing, I'm always like, that's
Oh,
not like me
yeah,
at all. It doesn't sound like me.
So I remember we
Maybe you
had this
have
conversation.
a moon somewhere else
That's what
or something.
I said, I bet he's got a moon and rising that's completely different because your Cap baseline, I tell people their baseline is just like a cookie cutter from when you're born. I tell people also it's kind of like, oh my God, I don't want to get canceled when I say this, but like, imagine somebody trying out for a cheerleading team, right? That's not a cookie cutter cheerleader. That doesn't mean you can't be a great cheerleader for the team. It means that that cookie cutter that started off. So I look at it as like that cookie cutter that started off is that, and then your moon and rising take you to the, oh, you're very talented, you can do this. So I'm trying to word it the right way, but you know what I'm saying? Your moon sign and rising are, I think, far more important than your sun is all. Because you can be anyone you want. Ask me. I'm a triple Gemini. I am whoever I want every day.
What are the odds of being a triple Gemini? Sorry, Rachel. We're
very,
derailing.
very, very rare.
I would think so.
And I'm a twin, so they call my first 5 signs are in Gemini.
Fuck, dude, you're a fucking.
People love to hate on Geminis, which is why I think they absolutely you say infamous. I said.
And you're a twin, dude. Like 10,000 years ago, they would have fucking made you a queen of some kind.
Or they would have hung me in Salem. I don't know.
Or burned you. Yeah. That was a couple hundred years ago.
That's fine with me.
I think
like
the further back you go, the higher up in status you get for that.
Oh, I would hope. But sorry, we digress, Rachel. Back to your reading. So because of the time and the people that we have, unfortunately, I can only do 3 card readings. But so you can see here, this is where I do them on here. 3 cards usually, but we can alter it depending on what you want to do. Would indicate the first card would indicate where you're coming from. We like to say past, where you're at present, where you're going future. Now the areas are generally structured loosely into love / looking for love. I don't like the word love because like you don't have to be looking for it, but like relationships, work, which is just work, home life. So family, this, that, and the other, solid relationships that exist if you're married, if you're asking about that. And then personal. I always tell people too, if they're not sure what to ask or what they're looking for, anything in your life that has a question mark over it that you're comfortable sharing for YouTube would be
I would say work. Work is the area.
Of course. So we're gonna go with.
It's gonna be like the moon, the tower. It's gonna be just like rocketing you to success.
No, don't say the tower.
I don't know. All I know is that Rachel is like destined to be one of the most successful people on the planet.
Oh, I'm not surprised for that at all. I literally would. Yes.
I don't know what it is, but I know I feel like my wife. She's like a super successful person. Like you guys are both super. Like I know a ton of like super powerful. Super successful women for some reason.
That's good. You keep them in your orbit. That's good. Keep them in your orbit. They'll be good for you.
No, I know.
The world could use more of them outwardly, you know? So, Rachel, I'm going to show you 3 different decks, okay, that have to do with them, with the working Aries energy that you're talking about. And I'm going to show them here. And you have to tell me which one. Think of it like picking shoes, like the one that just kind of aesthetically feels like to you. But if none of them do, please tell me. If 2 of them do, and we need to narrow it down, I'll pull your high wand card, which is Queen of Wands. But you tell me. So this is the first one. And again, this is just aesthetic. So this is the front.
I can't see it. Let's see.
This is one of the oldest decks I have. That's the back.
I can't see it.
So do you have your video rotating? I can also show
I can see. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Okay. I can see.
Okay.
Here, wait.
So this is the back. This is it's very old. It's from 1978.
Can you throw? This way. Yeah. Thank you. Ooh.
There's that. So all the backs are going to be the same. And then just to give you an idea about the aesthetics on the front, is that oh my God, I thought it was the tower and I was like, Nick, get out of here. But this is the aesthetic on the back. So that's the first one that I thought of for you. The second one, these are going to be very different. Second one is like a higher stamp hieroglyphic deck. That's what it looks like on the back. It's got very simple stampography on the, back or front, depending on how you look at it.
Not that one.
I like that reaction because that people are like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, that's a good that's like saying, no, I can't have that. And then this one is exactly what it's called on the back, which is the Pulp Fiction deck. This is
Ooh,
also from the 70s.
I like that one.
Pulp
That's the
Fiction
one.
deck, right? Okay. I love that because a lot of people don't pick that because the imagery is so bold. And I love that you picked it because you're bold. So we're doing career, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So if you looked, can you still see down here or not at all?
Yeah, you know what it was? I realized I can see now.
Okay.
I didn't realize that there was. I'm on my phone, guys. How terrible am I?
It like rotates.
Yeah,
Forget
I got
me,
it now.
Like, forget me
I
and
got
Nick. Just go for this.
Just set up the gallery.
So I'm going
All
to
right.
shuffle the deck, and you're going to take about 30 seconds to inwardly think as much as you can on a live stream. Inwardly meditate on career, what that means to you. If something negative comes in, people often get scared that they think if something negative comes in, it's coming out in the cards. It's not. This is going to be the best path for you. So just like allow it to come in, acknowledge it, let it go, keep going. When you're done with that, let me know. And I'm going to shuffle during some of that time that you're doing it. And then just say, I'm done at that point. I'm good. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm done.
So 2 ways to cut a deck. The first way is that I take this and I do in 3 equal stacks. I restack to the top and then I draw the first 3 cards. The second way is to fan it out, which is exactly how it sounds, and I draw from the fan. Which one do you?
Stack.
I knew it. It's organized. Most people do the stack. I don't know why. But...
I like the fan. I definitely would have gone with
Which
the
is
fan.
weird because you're a Capricorn.
I
The
can
fan
see
is, like,
Nick though. Like
unorganized.
I'd want you to like shoot them up in the air like 52 pickup style, and then just pick 3 random ones off the
I
ground.
would love to do that too, but that's not happening. Okay. So I know the definitions of the cards, but I like to give the little blurb, which is quick. Out of the Book of Bibles, which is by Liz Dean, and every tarot reader should have this book. But I do this because sometimes people are like, there's no way you knew that I had a stalker. And I'm like, this card literally says you have a stalker. They're like, oh. And so it's a good corroboration, but it's also a good reminder too, because one can never have too much reminders of, what they're learning. So 8 of Wands is the card of fire, which you are fire. This is the card of awaiting decisions. So generally it's where you are. This, remember, is your where you're coming from card. Okay. We'll look at it like that. 8 of Wands. So it shows that you might have been held back from like previous work in the past that led you to a different chapter. You needed to prioritize yourself, energize yourself. There was Wands carries exciting work energy. So did you do something besides this, like anything entrepreneurial before or no?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay. What prompted you to become entrepreneurial? Was that having anything to do with like, I guess it makes sense to wanting to have this is showing you wanted to prioritize your own self. You wanted to, it shows traveling, it shows using scaffolding or what they mean is like oratory stuff, giving lectures, building a framework to helping others. It's like a open mic type of thing or no? Do you do that for work now?
I did it then and do it now.
Oh, okay. So it also shows that it's the card of ambition. It does show that it can show inundation of communication. So like emails, calls, just being always busy. That's what that card of 8 of Wands pertains to. 3 of Cups is the now, which is interesting because 3s are like communities. 2s are one in, it's what they sound like. A 2 of Cups would be like the soulmate card. 3 of Cups is a community card. So the original Rider-Waite depicts it like this. So this card is the card of raising a toast. It's showing healing. It's showing people that are around you have good energy, vibration. Literally, it's a card of creative goals, turning focus to new ideas, sharing them, having it be enjoyed, well received, rewarded. actually feeling like it's your time to shine and feeling good about that. So would you say that your entrepreneurial self feels good about your present right now?
Yes. Yeah.
Good. Okay. So the upcoming Two of Swords. This is the one that's interesting. So Two of Swords is the card. This is the original Rider-Waite. It's scary looking, but don't be scared. And this is the card on the this deck. It is the card of major choice. So this is your upcoming. Okay. So this is the card of protecting yourself. It asks you to not take action. There'll be something coming up with action-based thought that you might think you need to. And it does sometimes show somebody that you're literally crossing tongues with that's too strong. It's one that's circumstantial. It's not your fault. But it's a choice card, a decision about the future of you with work. It does show that help's on hand. You have lots of supportive friends, colleagues, listen to advice, take practical steps. But it is a card of a stalemate. So if you feel like your back is against a wall in the upcoming future, tarot, I should have explained, because our choices get made so quickly, it is more close future than it is long time. But if you feel like hemmed in or whatever it is the card saying that even if you feel the need to protect yourself and go in a certain direction, it is urging you to take a stalemate on a decision, to like sit back on it and wait for truce or rest till you make that decision.
Cool.
I don't know if that resonates with you yet, but that's the advice that the cards are telling you on whatever decision is coming towards you for work and career.
Cool.
Or decisions or contracts. Specifically, Swords is big on contracts. That's why I say contracts.
Ooh.
Did you feel like that resonated with you, Rachel?
It did. It did. Weirdly enough.
Knowing enough about your life, I also thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I know. You know a lot. You know a lot, so it's definitely.
I don't know anything.
Especially that first card was like when she was talking about it, like the whole. Well, because you used to be the rep.
Yeah.
And like the traveling and the.
Yeah. Okay,
like,
that makes sense.
And she said like climbing scaffolding at one point, and like you're the blue collar.
Literally did that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, because I'm not gonna lie, I was like scaffolding and like the word that framage or verbiage or verb framage is like sometimes can mean just like literally climbing on a scaffold to oratate, like to speak, but you literally climbed scaffolding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Rachel is like the blue collar business owner's best friend. So like she basically she works specifically with blue collar entrepreneurs.
Huh.
I mean, she works with anybody, but she's like the best. Like
I'm just processing based on the reading now. I'm like, we'll have to talk about that one.
Sorry, Rachel. I'm not trying to give out all your info.
No. It definitely it's interesting because just yesterday there was some interesting decisions that were put on my plate that I have to think about for the future.
So I would advise you, if you're looking at it from a perspective, to take the time. Swords is like written communication, oral communication. It's the air sign. So it's like read the fine print, like warning. The Two of Swords with the stalemate like this, that's like the don't make any decisions till you literally feel like, I don't know, your mom, your kid, if you have kids, your husband, whoever is like in front of you with their eyes like walking the plank from like Peter Pan, and you would be like, "Yo, no, I 100% feel 100% on this." That's when you then sign whatever that is. The Two of Swords comes up when you know there's something like kind of like nagging at you that you've got to read further, or you need to negotiate further, or you need to make more comfortable for you further.
Yeah,
So
I dig it.
Good.
It's applicable. Thank you for doing this. Is fun. How many of these are you guys going to do tonight?
We got 6.
Oh.
Or 8. Wait, hold on. Right now,
7 now.
Right now we have 4 more sitting in the waiting room, and we should have possibly 1 more coming in. So 7 or 8. I don't know. We'll find out.
It was 8. We'll see if everybody shows up.
Yeah.
But thanks, Rachel, for being our first.
Anytime. You know what you guys should try once is doing an ASMR one.
Oh my God, my daughter's obsessed with ASMR.
I would get
oh my...
so sleepy. I can't.
I would, yeah.
I know, but it's like appropriate for the time. You know what I mean?
I'm like
all your.
I feel like I would. Yeah, right. I want to get one of those hydraulic presses. I would love to do.
You don't even know what that is. That sounds like something that you would like iron your clothes with.
You've never seen the hydraulic press videos where they just like put something under and it smushes it?
No.
Oh, it's fucking.
Is that a
How is
normal?
that gonna?
It's so awesome. That or the metal
Hero.
shredder. Rachel, get me a metal shredder. You must know somebody. Fucking.
If
she's a blue collar, if she's a blue collar lady, she knows a metal shredder.
She definitely knows a metal shredder.
Yeah, I definitely do, but they typically want to keep their equipment. But I feel like that would be a little bit extreme for Tara. I feel like
greedy,
a little subtle, you know.
Yeah, like the like.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do crystal work, so I could be like this.
Yeah, it could be like a whole thing.
Yeah, but I feel like you got to stick it in slime or something.
No, why am I putting my crystals in slime?
What
These
if
babies get bathed in the moonlight on new moons. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but what if that moonlight was filtered through slime? All right, moving on.
I digress. Okay, you probably have to take other people. But it was very nice to see the two of you.
Rachel, always a pleasure seeing you.
Always. Have a great evening.
I'll probably talk to you in like another day or so. So I'll see you. Talk to you soon.
Keep that reading in your mind, though. Seriously.
I will. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys. Have a great night.
Bye. All right.
I need to take my nicotine fix. Sorry to the world.
Slam that thing.
I will. I quit smoking like 7 years ago, which is good. But like I said before, I think every neurodivergent human has a nicotine addiction. And if you think I'm wrong, show me somebody who doesn't.
I actually saw a thing. I saw a thing the other day that was like, or what? It was a real thing. There's like kids now are using cigarettes to quit smoking, vapes.
Oh, because they think they're so gross. Because vaping is so cool. I know vaping is really lame.
No, I guess they think vaping's unhealthy, so they start smoking cigarettes because it's easier for them to quit cigarettes than it is to quit vaping.
Because it smells like shit.
Yeah.
And because
I think it's just like
and also all the tar.
Well, like with a vape, it tastes like, you know what I mean. You can get like strawberry, vanilla, fucking.
This tastes like Skittles.
Yeah,
and I date mine. I date mine because you can't tell when it is empty. So I date it. For all you vapors out there that can't see them, you date it. 2 weeks later, if you know how much you're doing, you can feel it. You just throw it out and get a new one.
Yeah, so it's way harder to quit fucking Skittles fog than it is to quit fucking cigarettes. You know what I mean?
I'm never quitting Skittles fog. Ever.
All right.
All right. Who are we bringing in next?
Next in, we're bringing in my buddy Mormo. Mormo is he has also done some of this kind of thing, I believe. So he's just a cool dude all around. I don't know if he's done tarot. I guess he did like some other. Mormo,
ooh,
hey, how's it going, dude?
Fun. Okay, what is behind you? Because I'm hungry. What is that?
Oh, he's still connecting to the audio.
All right, who are we bringing in next?
Next in, we're bringing in my buddy Mormo. Mormo is he has also done some of this kind of thing, I believe. So he's just a cool dude all around. I don't know if he's done tarot. I guess he did like some other. Mormo, hey, how's it going? Mormo, if you want to silence your YouTube.
I'm hungry. What is that?
Oh.
Thank you. How you doing, dude?
Good. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes. Hi.
Awesome. Yeah, I used to read pumpkin seeds. I used to read people's fortune with pumpkin seeds.
How did that work out?
It was good. It was a easy money maker around September and October. So.
What did you do with the pumpkin seeds after? Did you like toast them?
They were. I actually sold fortune telling kits, and I would mark a little X on the pumpkin seeds.
Cool, love that.
That's awesome.
What's behind you?
It's a TV dinner I ate tonight.
Oh my God, love that.
I saw you were live. I haven't gotten to see the video yet. I'm planning to watch it after this.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Everybody, do me a favor and go follow Mormozine on YouTube. He's the man. He's hilarious.
I'm gonna.
Puts out
I know I am.
He puts out a ton of awesome content, and he's just a super fucking hilarious and cool dude.
I just love the Game of Thrones upside down cross, like king's crown that you have. I want that.
Yeah, I've been doing this routine for like 17 years, if you can believe that.
I can. And that's a compliment because I'm like, wow, you got it on lock. So, Mormo, let's do your cards. You've had tarot readings done before?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the drill. What area of life are you looking to ask? So on this show, we're going to do 3 card spreads because of the time. So it'll be, if you look down here, I don't know if you see it if you're on your phone or your computer, but down here, be past what you came from, present where you're at, future where you're going.
Awesome. I love that. That's
Good.
perfect.
Okay, perfect. So what area of life do you have a question mark on? Love, home, career, personal, this is 3 because of the time, but I do like really intricate ones. So if you have a question that's really intricate, like my best friend isn't talking to me because why? I mean, that's a bad example, but you can ask me whatever you want on those
It's
3
my
cards.
video career. My video
Okay.
career.
Video career. When is your birthday?
June 7th, 1978.
Oh, you know your stuff. Do you know your big 3 signs? Your moon, rising, ascending, or no? Or moon, rising, sun?
I don't.
No, that's okay. It doesn't affect. I was just curious because you let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna find 3 decks for you, and you're gonna pick the deck from those 3. Ooh, okay. I already think you've got this cool fantasy like look. So this is the first one. Are you looking down here at the tray or are you looking up here at me?
I'm looking at your video.
Okay. So this is the back of the cards that all look the same. And then this is the front. Now these don't matter what the cards mean. I just want you to get an aesthetic for them. Okay.
Okay.
That's deck 1. Deck 2 looks like this on the outside.
Okay.
And then the aesthetic again is pretty like fantasy dark. So that's deck 2. And then deck 3, we're gonna go out on a limb on this one. It's a little different. But you said work. So this is a big deck, gold, it's heavy. This is what this deck looks like.
Okay.
So
I like
of those,
deck 1, please.
deck 1, got it. Okay, perfect. Love that. That's Shadow World deck. And let's see here. Okay. This part, I don't know if you don't have to look, but on the other screen, you don't have to look at me. The bottom screen, if you can change it, is where you can see the cards being cut. It's up to you. So I'm going to shuffle while you think of your video career in your head, mentalize, meditate on it, think of it, give it like 20, 30 seconds. And when you're done, you'll see me shuffling down here on this bottom screen. When you're done, let me know. Just say I'm good to go. And that's when we're going to cut your cards. Okay.
Okay. I'm good.
Okay. So do you want your cards cut like this? 3 stacks restacked and I draw from the top? Or do you want me to fan them and cut them from a fan?
Fan, please.
Fan. Got it. So this is your spread. Is Mormo short for something? Is that a nickname?
Yeah, it's my nickname. My real name is Shane.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't have gathered that from that, but I like that it's a nickname, that Mormo is your nickname. Where did Mormo come from?
A book. I kind of keep it a secret, but it came
Oh
from
yeah, don't tell. Yeah, of course. If it's a secret, definitely don't air it on YouTube. But no, that's fun though. Okay, so First card, the Fool. Then you've got Nine of Wands, and then you've got Nine of Swords. Double nines, interesting on that one. So the where you're coming from, the Fool is obviously, as you probably know, if you've gotten tarot, maybe you don't, but is there's the leaping out of the comfort zone. So did you have a traditional job, if you will, before? Is this a full-time job?
It is.
And did you have a traditional job before this?
Yes.
Do you feel it was beneficial as of now without knowing the future? Do you enjoy it?
My job before I did video?
No, do you enjoy video now more than you did the job you had?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I love video.
The Fool is like the new person coming out of their shell. It's finding your place in the world. It's leaping into the unknown. It's taking the leap of faith, as opposed to not looking and then leaping. It's saying you needed to take the leap. So the where you're coming from is showing this was good for you to come from wherever you were with whatever job you had into the new. So then when we go to our double nines, the Nine of Wands, which is interesting, that fire energy. I always love to refer to the book because that's what it is. But this is the now, okay? So this is the having endured heavy challenges in your past, but you've gotten to where you're at. This influence also does show opposition from a work standpoint. So whether that be something like YouTube is not paying you as much or whatever it is, it's showing like an opposition that isn't fair, that isn't a telling sign of what you're putting out for work. It's just is, okay? It's a delay. It shows that also there have been sacrifices that have had you protect your boundaries coming up into work. I don't know if that rings at all, but you've worked hard, so your efforts will be met with appreciation and support. Are you making changes in your video life that are huge? Is there something you've been presented with, I should say?
I'm about to start working with a partner for the first time in a while. So
okay, so make sure that it says you could be dealing with an individual who might be a little defensive because you're veering into territory that is uncomfortable or unknowing to them. So have like that empathy for it. So if that person, for example, doesn't know how you do things, okay, and the president's saying it's not due to them not believing you, it's like they don't know that territory, okay? Which brings us to our double nine of swords. So you went back to back on nines. And this shows this is your upcoming. Nine of Swords is tough because it's a card of like anxiety, it's like worry, but it does show that look to the surrounding cards to make sure that habit of worrying isn't a habit, that it's not insubstantial. You're not, it's like there's no consequence. Are you somebody who worries or no?
Yeah, I worry definitely.
Would you say you worry more than, I don't want to use the word normal, but would you say that you get overwhelmed or worry? Is anxiety something that would come into your life?
Not necessarily, I don't think.
Okay, so then if that's not, this can be the burden card, which is showing like with, I think, this upcoming partnership that's new, there'll be a level of question mark on that with you. I mean, I guess that's why you probably asked it, but it's saying to not let it be not letting it become a burden, knowing that it's a passing phase. So these are all delay cards. Double nines also indicate reliance on others, which you said there's somebody coming in. So it's to remind yourself that this is your show, to communicate that effectively and not just like hold it in burden, but also to have the empathy that the new person doesn't know that yet, maybe they know your vision, but they don't know how to exercise it when it comes to fruition, and to have like a little bit of space for that. But otherwise, these are all, the Fool upright with a major arcana is great. As you know, it's a major arcana card. It's a big thing. You made the right choice when you took that leap. The double nines would indicate though that obviously there's an outside force coming in, and to just have space for that.
Awesome. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm excited to follow you on YouTube because I'm excited to also see your upcoming stuff. I don't know what you do, for content, but I'm excited. I feel like it'll be great.
Is there a way I can give you a tip or?
Nick, that's on you, right? I don't know how.
Her Venmo is right on the side of the live stream there. If you wanted to send her a tip, you could send it to
I appreciate that.
at Tarot by Anna Kim.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night.
It was nice to meet you.
Mormo, I would love to have, also while I have you here, I would love to have you on my show sometime. So just keep that in mind.
I would watch that. That would be cool.
Great. Yeah, I'd love to be on your show again.
Well,
only if you show us what you ate for dinner, though, because I'm like literally wanting that behind you.
It was delicious. It was good.
Good marketing.
Yeah, no, he's a very cool dude. All right, cool, Mormo. I will shoot you a message. We'll figure it out. I hope you have a wonderful night, dude.
That was fun.
That was
so fun.
He's a super cool dude. So the next person we are bringing in is Kendra Ann. Here she comes.
Got it.
Kendra, it's your turn. This is going well. You did have someone, AM. I'm sorry I can't see your full name, but they wanted to know if you can have a reading. So I told them to go over to your your Instagram and schedule something with you.
Thank you.
Actually, RJ was the one who told them what
Who's
your name
RJ?
was. I drew a blank.
Oh, Ross. It's Ross. Hi.
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 How are you?
Thanks.
Good. How are you?
Thanks so much for coming on today.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yay! I love that kind of energy. When is your birthday?
I'm a Virgo.
See, she already knew that I was asking what her birthday was, but she really knew what I wanted to know. Have you had a tarot reading done before?
Yes.
Oh, good. And how did you enjoy it? Was it good? Okay. So then you probably know more than half the people watching, which is totally great and fine. So I don't know if you'd watched when we first started the stream or not, but and I won't go into that, but I've been doing tarot for a long time. I love it. It's great. And I also love my Virgo women. They're strong. So what type of area of life are you looking to kind of get a advice, motivation, direction on?
I love how you said motivation because you didn't say that for anybody else, but that's exactly what I need for my career.
Well, kind of felt it with my Virgo girl. So motivation on, would you say that it's relationships, career, work, home, personal?
Work.
Okay. So Virgo work motivation. Let's see. I think since you've been watching the stream, I'm gonna pick a couple decks for you. You can pick them from there. Ooh. And what I love about this is I'm not even trying to find 3 different decks for each person. I mean, I have like 100, but I literally feel like each 3 that I'm doing are different for a reason.
How much of this do you feel like Anna is your? I keep fucking up her name. That's my fault. Anna.
That's fine.
I'm very tired. How much of this do you feel is you doing something, and how much do you feel like is like something working through you?
I'd say intuition is the biggest thing, kind of like what she said, she said, you said motivation and you didn't say it for anybody else. For example, with the last 2 people we had, that wasn't, it pops up. If you ask my boyfriend, I don't think before I speak, which can be bad. It has been bad in the past, but it just comes out. It's like, so you could call it me, you could call it flowing through. I don't know. I would say it's mostly just, when you drive and you don't realize where you're going, you get there anyway. Mm-hmm. Everyone does it. We've done it all. Maybe, let me say this, sober and like aware. But it's kind of like that. Sometimes it's not spacing out. It's more just, you're in the know, you're there, you're doing it. But then you get there and you're like, oh, okay, I got here. But you don't question how, because you drove there.
Right.
You don't need to question how you got there. You just are there. I guess is the only way I can answer it. Maybe that wasn't even an answer, sorry. But for you, These are you looking at this camera, by the way?
I can see both.
Oh, you can see both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, people keep saying this one's better, but so this deck, this is the back. This is the Children of Letha deck. This is very big boss, like female energy. Almost, I can't say every, but almost every big player on the card, if you will, is a female. It's a very thick matte deck. This deck is the back, okay? And then the front, all gold and black. Very simple, but very beautiful. Very much, as you can see, skull-like. It's a phase deck. And then this one, I know they're all very different. This one is the Neo deck. So it looks like this on the back. And then the front, as you can see, is very...
I like that one.
Okay. This one is a good career deck. So that's why I picked that. The other one is like a boss girl deck. They're all boss because it's you, but one of them is literally like a boss girl deck. The other one is a phase deck. And then that one that you picked is a career boss girl phase deck. So makes sense. So let's do your cards. Because you're not here, what I do is that you've been watching the show, I take it. So I'm gonna shuffle while you, okay. So I'm gonna shuffle while you think of those things. And can you just tell me when you're done? About 30 seconds, but people have put me on hold for 5 minutes, but it's up to you. And then we will shuffle these and cut them, okay?
Okay. Good.
Wow, she was the quickest one.
She's a boss. She's a boss bitch. She knows what's going on.
How do you want your cards cut? The
Fan,
restack or fan?
Please.
Okay. So let's do where you're coming from, where you're at, where you're going. Another wands, 8 of wands again. Okay. Do you like your job?
Mm-hmm.
You do. Are you trying to make any changes to your job?
A lot of changes have come up, yes.
So you got the tower reversed. Do you know the tower as having gotten readings or no?
Yes, I have. So yeah, it represents new beginnings essentially.
It's
Like you have to come to an ending to, yeah.
Unlike death, it's the psychological breakdown of what you thought was real.
Yes.
That's being rebuilt and there is no way to stop it. So when I got that for your future card,
Christ.
that's what I
So
told you,
ominous.
Nick. Remember, you said the tower, and I go, don't say that. I shouldn't have said that because I do. The tower represents some great stuff.
It does, yes.
But it's interesting that you got a double wand into a tower. Actually, almost everyone on this reading has gotten like a major arcana with a double, but you've got the double wand suit with the tower going into it. Can you elaborate as much as you can to me on this live stream about what that'll put into perspective? Because this is a pretty big. Yeah. Okay.
I'm a photographer and I'm trying to be more authentic to myself, but I'm struggling with making that like a business standpoint to.
Okay.
I don't even know like how to articulate it.
Into like fruition to like keep your stuff authentic, but still making a living, but also okay. Because the 6 of wands, as you know here, this middle card reversed is the card where the reward you want hasn't emerged yet, but it's showing you not to give up on it. It's showing you that not all is lost. It's a card of delay and cancellation, or no, I'm sorry, delay rather than cancellation. Hold fast. It might be frustrating. That's your present. Your before that was the card of, which is the 8 of wands. So you went from the 8 to the 6, is the card of delay. Again, pending work finished, waiting on things, wanting to move in a different direction. The reason I asked mainly about you sharing, if you could, is because that tower reversed, it shows that, as you know, maybe or not, the tower upright is actually more, what's the word? People say bad, but Reversed, it retains a more positive meaning. So it's the card showing that you might find yourself taking responsibility for an outcome, but it isn't your responsibility. It shows that you're blameless. It shows that you might have held on to a career that isn't strong enough to stand the test of time. Now, this isn't about your photography not being good enough. This is about the mindset you have or the business strategy that you have currently in place. It will crumble. So if you want to, because with your double ones prior to that, showing that what you have is of value and of a long stand. However, you're clinging, again, based on the cards, but you're clinging to an older, that authenticness that you're talking about, which I love. Keep that. But there are some other aspects of why you have a self-doubt here that you're clinging to that are not allowing you to push forward. And it is also showing that the impact might be sudden. You might feel like, what the hell? But that you can move forward if you break down that wall of, I don't need to be this. Let's pretend you only do niche, I don't know, babies in the wild porn photos, right? It's like such a niche. And you're like, that's my authentic self, okay? It's asking you to explore what else is authentic to you, because this niche thing isn't going to bring you forward what you're capable of that you love, okay? Capable of is different. You can shoot weddings all day, right? And make more money. That's not your authentic self. It's not your authentic self. But there is something deeper for you to do and explore. That's why it's reversed, that middle card, that you could find. You just have to pull yourself out of that weighted pattern. Does that make sense in your position?
100%. Yes.
Good. Okay. So I'm just saying, and I always hate being like, this is what you have to do. When people, because I don't know you that well at all. But I hope that resonates with you enough to take forward that bit of advice, if you can think of it later on, when you're in that same situation where you're like, oh, this pops into your head. Because I think it'll give you the clarity to move in that direction that's beneficial. Because you've got
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
Do you mind?
Thank you so much. You too.
Do you mind if I just say something to you, Kendra, about being authentic? Because I'm also a fellow creative, so like I make my living shooting video, and I can tell you that like a lot of times, at least in my experience, and you actually probably have more experience in this than I do, but the client that is best suited for us will find us if we put out the work that is authentic to us. And like when you sell, like, you know, because I've been there, I've done stuff that I did no passion to do, I did not enjoy it at all, and now I only take jobs that I really want to do and that I am excited about.
That's good advice. Yeah.
And since then, I've found that those jobs are always there. Like I'm never, and like they're showing up and they're coming,
in abundance.
And like if you just like, if I just put out work that is the work that I want to do, then the work that I want to do comes to me naturally without me having to fight for it.
It's
and
no
like,
different than when you date.
And I've
right?
seen your work, and it's super good. And you
Thank you.
You should follow me on whatever so I can follow you back, because I'd love to see your stuff.
Thank you. I will.
Sorry for that unsolicited advice. I know that's
no.
It made thank you so much. That's exactly like where I'm struggling. And then it's also like as a creative, like, oh, my work's not good enough. This is why it's not happening to me. Blah, 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 blah.
Don't let that, or like, I don't want to say don't let that affect, because of course, but try to remember that it's not that. That's like, I've done readings for people where I wouldn't say photography, but where I've had to be like, this isn't your calling, and you're like struggling to make it your calling. This is like your authentic calling, but there's something that's holding you back from getting from authentic, which you are, to like this authentic hedonistic idea of, and like Nick was saying, it's kind of like when you date and you put yourself out there on a dating profile or whatever, as X person, you attract Y person. You put yourself out there as you attract the person that you're supposed to be with. If you don't attract anyone, then you're not really supposed to be with anyone at that moment. In this moment, if you don't feel super on top of your A game with photography or your creative outlets, it's not right for you at the moment. And it's because I think finding that exact authentic like dial in, like Nick was kind of saying. And you might have it, but it's embracing it. It's loving it. It's not being like, oh shit, I have this like niche thing that it's like, this is me and I'm coming out with it.
And
but
remember
I think that's
too that like
really
if the more work you take that isn't what you love to do, it isn't what you're best at, then when that work does come along, you don't have the room for it.
Yeah, your energy is drained.
You know, Nick, this unsolicited advice thing.
I know.
She's like, I don't care if it's from the girl I've never met with tarot cards, but Nick. Well,
thank you
you'll remember,
so very
hopefully.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, next up. Hold on one second.
I know.
I'm gonna kick you, Kendra, but I love you.
That's fine. I can't.
I don't know either. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. What are we on? Number.
We got 3 left.
Okay.
Next in, we're bringing in my boy Chris Dreyer, regular viewer of the show, who I really appreciate. Chris, dude, look at that fucking room. Holy shit.
What is that? You look like you're in the House of 1,000 Corpses, which I love.
Dude, it's awesome. That room fucking rules.
Oh, it's just the basement.
It's great. What a fucking basement. I'm in my basement too.
I'm in my basement too.
It does not look as good as either of your guys' basement.
Oh my god, yeah, that is.
Step up.
Why do you have that rabbit head?
It was on sale. I think Joe Bauer gave that girl. Joe Bauer gave it to me.
That's
I think
the best fucking answer, though. That was on sale.
Yeah, it was on sale.
Was
I love
on
that.
sale.
I'm just gonna say
And
that
so
in
obviously,
the future.
yeah, that's what
Or
I'm
something that's like weird. I'm gonna say it was on sale.
I
No,
buy
love
all
that.
kinds of random stuff. I got a crystal ball.
Oh my god! Look at we match. Oops.
Jesus, and Anna.
Look at
This
we
is-
both
this
have
is
them.
super-
That thing's
That's
fucking.
cool.
This thing is heavy, and it literally came with instructions that you can't put it near sunlight. Don't put yours near
Oh
sunlight.
yeah. Mine too.
It'll
Mine's
literally
like
light your house on fire.
scary heavy. I can't like lift it up with one arm.
Yeah,
You have
yours
to.
is big.
Did you ever? There was a movie where like they had a crystal ball and she covers it, and they're like, "Oh, is that so like the ghost can't get out?" And they're like, "No, because if the light hits it, it'll start a fire."
Nah.
Yeah, I think that's true. It's heavy, right?
Chris, thank you
It's
so
like
much
a-
for coming on today.
Oh, yeah.
appreciate you.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
When is your birthday, Chris?
In September. So yeah, I heard Virgo. So
Oh, so you're a Virgo. Got it. Have you ever had a tarot reading done?
yeah.
You say that with perturbed like hesitance, but I'll let that one slide.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like you don't remember, or yeah, it was like a bad experience.
No. I think I've had this happen a couple times. I think I had it in like I'm thinking of like Indonesia. I think I had a tarot
Oh.
card reading in Indonesia at one point. But
Cool.
then I'm thinking about it and I'm like, were those real tarot cards or like some sort of Indonesian tarot cards? I don't even.
Well, in Indonesia, they would probably utilize the same type of tarot cards, but hey, if
It
it
was
was
cards.
just like
I
it
just
was
knew
cards, and maybe it was divination, and that's so. What area of life are you thinking of asking with a question mark? Everyone has said work, so maybe we do not work. But if you want work, we can do work.
I think they're all like tied together. Like if you're successful at one thing, I think that's like the thing for me is like I think
Well, I mean, I would agree, yes. But personally, like you can love work and be miserable at home.
I already quit my job, so I mean I don't
Ooh,
know
good for
what
you.
to say.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Love life.
I guess, but I mean, I want to find a job before I start dating anyone. So it's like all these things are all like intertwined. So
Why
like,
do you want to start a job before you start dating someone?
because I can't be out spending money like crazy if I'm like unemployed.
Well, do you have to spend money like crazy?
Well, I mean, at the moment, I think I just got to clean out the house, and then you can bring chicks back, and then that's good enough.
The right chick
But-
will love your on sale rabbit head because I think it's cool. But that's just me. So are we looking at work? are we
I
looking
think it's
at?
cool too, Chris.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
dope. So you tell me then what area.
Well, you could go Love Life. It doesn't matter. They're all the same, I think.
Interesting answer from a Virgo. Okay, so what about?
I love it. Anna always does that where she'll like say a sentence and then she'll just end it with your sign and you're like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean?
I mean,
Because I think it's because I chose Love Life. Because
you
I
didn't
did that.
choose it. You
Huh?
said I guess because they're all the same. You didn't choose it. So I think we should do you as a human, right? Like Chris, where he's coming from, where he's at now, that he needs to focus on, and where he's gonna go. Like, how about the focus part?
Okay.
You said all the things intertwined, so I think we should do like a general focus.
Okay.
Which leads me to believe, also, are you into anything aesthetically? Like, what's your aesthetic vibe? Like, for example, the other day somebody's like, I love fairies. And I'm like, I have the deck for you. I don't know.
I like the old style tarot cards, but I don't know.
Okay.
They've been in so many video games, these things, that it's like, I don't know if I actually got my tarot card read or it was just in a
or if
video
it was
game.
a video game in Indonesia, it could have been.
Chris is like one of the most well-traveled people I've ever met in my life.
I used to be.
You don't travel a lot anymore?
No. I can't. You know, once you get a full-time job and like a house and a bunch of cats, it's like...
That'll do it. That fucking ties it down every time. You want 2 more cats? I got 2 cats you can have.
Oh, no.
I'm going to push you a little farther than you probably want, okay? These are not traditional tarot cards. So I'm going to...
Sure, that's fine.
I want you to look at these. So the first one, Wizard of Barge.
Definitely, yeah. Let's go with that one.
Oh, you're already sold?
Yeah, those look awesome.
Okay. I love this card. Yeah. All right, Wizard of Barge. We're doing this?
Sure.
You're so hesitant. I mean, we'll get you there.
I can't. Well, I mean, I can't tell if I like the art or it's like some sort of Rick and Morty type of thing. I don't know.
Well, then, do you like it or not?
Can you hold it up closer to the camera?
That's the front?
Yeah, show me one of these things. I don't know about that one.
So
that one's kind of cool. It looks like Adventure Time sort of stuff.
Yes.
It reminds me of like old school metal albums or like band posters.
It's very No, if you feel
let's see what our other options are. I don't want to hold up your night, so let's it's 11:19.
This is what I'm here for, right? So okay, the other one, and this is that's not it. Hold on.
Tell if I'm having a good hair day or a bad hair day.
You look amazing. I was just thinking that your hair was looking great, actually.
There's a spider on my hat.
There's a spider on your hat?
There was, and then I took it off.
You gotta
now
clean
it's
out
over
that
there.
basement before you start dating. Other deck. Okay, back. Looks boring, right? Italian Renaissance, right?
No.
Front, however, sexy, weird, sexual.
I don't know about that stuff. You know, I'm a Virgo.
I know. That's why I wanted to push. I told you I wanted to push you. But okay, so we're gonna eliminate that.
I want to kill the spider. Hold on, let me.
The spider, go kill it.
No, let him run free.
Oh, okay.
I just want him off the hat. I want to wear the hat again.
Oh.
Whatever. Okay, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, see, now you got me distracted. Okay. This one, I think you're gonna go with the first one, but don't let me influence you. This one is silver-sided, heavy, front, all-seeing, weird little eyes.
Yeah, you sold me. You got me. I like the silver sides on them.
Got it. We're going with that, and I'm not taking it back. So let's do that. We're gonna do 3 cards.
How many decks do you have?
I don't know, 40, 50?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'd be here all night. That's why I went down to picking 3 decks for the client, because I'm like, it's like presenting a girl that has a shoe fetish with 40 shoes, and you're like, we need you to pick one in 5 minutes. Not gonna happen. So we're gonna shuffle.
Those
you need
do
to
look
think
cool.
about Chris You got to think about you, right?
Okay.
In your head. Okay. What that means, give it
Okay.
like 30 seconds. Tell me when you're done.
Think about myself for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, hold on.
You can do it. I know you can.
Okay.
Got it. All right. How do you want your cards cut? Do you want them cut in 3 stacks, 3 stacked, or a fan? Basically, do you want it a fan or a stack?
I'll go for a stack. Why not stack?
Yeah. When you say it like that, geez, yeah. Why not a stack?
Why not a stack?
Why not
What
a
was
stack?
that?
It's on sale.
What was that noise?
I guess I had a window open and it was some live streamer and he just appeared and I just turned it off.
I thought it was a tiger, like from The Hangover.
Really?
Oh my God, you got the elephants. Okay. Tiny elephants. Oh wait, no, I regress. Hierophant. Or I thought it was a tiny. Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, and Hermit. You got 2 big major arcana cards. If you've had tarot, then you might know those are like the non-ending, non-altering, this is your life, you can't do anything about it card. It's a good thing.
No.
No, it's a good thing. 2 out of 3 means you're like, you are a staple on this path to life and you know it and you're doing it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't because it's reversed. However, Hierophant
It's reversed, so that's a bad thing, right?
No, reversals just mean that there's something you have to learn to get to the next step. I don't know why everyone thinks it's bad.
I mean, isn't the meaning reversed of each card?
Yeah, the meaning, yes, correct. Usually means a blockage. For example, the Hierophant reversed is
Blockage.
that is being misled. So this is your past card, okay? Being misled in the past by a bad guru or somebody furthering their ambitions, poor advice, seeking your own path. It shows you seeking your own path better, which is better than staying with your mentor or a plan that doesn't suit your needs because you're a free spirit.
Free spirit.
The word free spirit to me and you is like, I'm like, yes. Did you come from like some type of upbringing that was strict or something or no? Or some type of schooling? Job, something that hemmed you in? No?
Well, I mean, depends on where you're talking about in life. I mean, if you go back, I mean, right now, I mean, I feel like that might be spot on because I did just kind of quit my job. I also had a whole bunch of burdens that just like up and disappeared. And I have a lot of money now. So, I shouldn't be saying that.
Well, how about this? And this is why, for the record,
I'm not
this
rich,
is why
but-
I read from the book because I swear to God, I will have you screenshot this. Okay?
Okay. I could take the year off, I'm saying. So it's
This shows that even if you've
Like-
suffered past hardships, tough times are over, you have received a windfall of money. Your acknowledgements are satisfied for assets and traditional values. However, you're looking for something more. You might consider moving to a new home or investing in a small business. In work, you attain a position that is secure. Even if your work is temporary, for example, this shows that you've been offered a windfall of some kind of monetary work. You value what you've achieved for now, but you need to keep it to yourself. Don't say this on YouTube again.
okay.
Your next card is the Hermit reversed. Interestingly enough, this shows being alone for too long. Are you alone a lot?
Well,
Physically?
I guess I got a lot of cats, but that's about it.
No, cats don't count. Humans. No?
Not really.
You're saying you're not alone or you are?
Oh
Like
yeah, I
I-
don't know anyone. Yeah. So
Why?
Why?
Like, do you seem like
It's a pain
really
in the ass
fun-
going out. I mean, like I prefer to just like take it easy,
So maybe finding people that you can take it easy with. Your future upcoming shows that you're withdrawing for too long.
Oh no, you said the Hermit or the
The Hermit reverse is withdrawing for too long out of stubbornness and habit.
oh.
Do you think that rings or no? So it shows like you've already accepted this role. So like that's what it is. So it's urging you, don't cut yourself off from those systems. Go out further.
You believe that
What?
people can change their future like that?
No, I don't think people can change their future because the future makes it seem like there's one outcome. I think people can make choices that branch off into different outcomes that are better suited for their life.
Okay.
Not to get all deep and heavy on you. My point is, I think you would really do well going out there and like showing the look at your vest. Is that like a one-man rider on a horse?
Your vest
I
is.
guess so. I was cleaning up. I have to clean this house out.
Oh, it's like it's a dude on a horse. I couldn't
That
tell if
vest
it was
is
like an
fucking sick.
eagle. That's sick. Your on sale cat thing or not bunny thing in the back is cool. I'm saying you have a cool place. You should go out and meet people because you've already attained financially, which that's why I was like, Nick, you should see this. I didn't know that about you, but like you've already attained like a level, right, of like monetary comfort for this day and age in this type of world. And you've already, as they hear font verse, you've like led your own path. You've beaten or like walked to the beat of your drum type of thing. So go find those other drum beaters. But don't, out of habit, the cards are saying, lock yourself in the room with your cats alone.
Okay, I'll try not to.
I'm just saying every night, don't do that. I think there's a level of coolness to like staying in and doing your own thing.
Okay, I'll see what I can do then.
I want to hear back from you. I want you to like go out there. Where do you live? What town? What city? Or I don't know if you can say that on here.
I live in Massachusetts, I guess, near
Oh, okay.
Burlington. So
Okay. So yeah, there's God, I hate Massachusetts. But yeah, there's like something there.
But it's not that far from New Hampshire. There's cooler people
And
out
literally, I'm
there.
like, oh, okay, I can see. I'm like, I can see why you.
That's
say
why
it.
you stay inside so much.
Yeah,
It makes so
yeah.
much sense.
No, but you've got like a cool, I don't know, a cool vibe that I feel like people like will love. I don't know. I think you'd be also great on.
I mean, it's not like I haven't had friends before. I'm just kind of like.
I don't doubt it. I know you have.
I mean, around here I did, and then the pandemic hit. It's been a little bit kind of.
Yeah,
So.
I feel you. I do. But it was nice to meet you, and I hope that I
Yeah.
could see you again sometime in some fashion.
Yeah, thanks for the reading.
Absolutely. Don't think about it too much. I don't want you to think you're doing anything wrong or not, but get out there.
All right, I'll give it a shot. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh yeah, thanks, Nick.
Okay, next up we have my
Is
friend.
this our last?
We got two more.
Oh.
Don't get too excited.
No, I just can't even keep track at this point. Can you get me my...
It's 11:30 now, just so you know, so it's not too late. I know that that's.
I love how that's not too late for
I know.
you.
I was just gonna
over
say. I
here
know you go to bed at like 9, but like, it's not.
No, I got about like 10, but
I'm just kidding.
I got two more in me.
You're doing excellent.
Thank you.
I'm getting text. I'm getting.
I don't know what that means.
I've gotten a bunch
though.
of text. Well, I've gotten a bunch of texts, or like a couple of texts. I'll tell you off air, but
Okay.
it's funny. And it's also funny because I know most of these people well enough to know what you're saying,
What they're
how-
actually
yeah,
saying.
that they can't say online. That it's just funny.
Got it. Well, I'm scared now. Kind of. Not really, but I'm intrigued.
I'm curious to see what Sydney wants to know.
She's
Oh.
on.
She's
Hello.
coming right now.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, how do I turn on my? Okay,
I don't know.
here we go.
Where's your camera? There you
Okay.
are. Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
cute glasses.
Oh,
I
thanks.
love those. I'm a glasses fanatic, so I'm like Zenny's #1 customer. I've got them all lined up. It's kind of like ridiculous.
No, thank you. I use Glasses USA.
Ooh, haven't heard, but now I might become their top.
If you have prisms, they're cheap. So
I've been
love
wearing
that.
the same glasses since 8th grade.
Oh, I literally don't not doubt that. Is that a
They're
word?
the
Did I
cheap-
double entendre on a negative? I literally,
I don't even know
Don't-
what a double entendre is.
I don't
so-
doubt that. Sorry, I don't doubt that. Is what I should have said. But Sydney, have you ever had a tarot reading done before?
I haven't.
Haven't. Okay. When's your birthday?
No, I actually looked this up. So I'm a Scorpio, Capricorn, Aries.
Wow.
I was ready.
Okay, wait. Scorpio sun,
Yep, Moon, Capricorn, and
moon,
Rising Aries.
and then your rising is there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now
Oh.
she's gonna be like, oh, that's exactly what I would expect from a fucking moon Capricorn.
Well, a Cap Moon, which is like logic based. So imagine when you're fighting with like girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, you have a more logical approach. Like that doesn't make sense because versus like a Pisces moon is usually like my feelings are hurt because, but mixed with the Scorpio sun, which is all water. Scorpios are like, I'm holding it all in forever, is an interesting combination.
Yeah, I'm a little crazy. It's okay.
Aren't we all?
She's
I'm a
more than
triple
little.
Gemini. Like I don't
She's
exist.
being generous with herself.
I get it. Okay, so what area of life are we covering for you?
I guess I want to just do like relationships as like a whole, not just like my love life.
Okay, so friends, family.
Yeah, I guess more so family.
Okay, I was gonna say on a 3 card, I think we should hone in on one type. So family and okay, family, Scorpio. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find your cards. Bear with me.
She does that a lot too, where she'll say something and
Yeah.
then your sign and then just zone.
I just die off.
Just
I just
disappear.
die. All right.
She'll be like, Honda Civic.
Well, this is where you're supposed to keep
Aries.
everybody entertained.
Honda Civic Aries. Oh fuck. And then just disappear.
On a Civic, I'd be like, so what was your MSRP? What's your rate? I'm in sales. I spent 7 hours at the last dealership for my brother-in-law. Sorry, you're distracting me. I gotta find our cards.
Oh, what's your kitty's name?
This is Gus.
Gus.
We're talking about cats. He was next to me.
Hi,
He's
Gus.
just a blob.
I've seen your pictures. You have very blue eyes.
No, they're just very dilated.
He's
He's got the
just
extra.
been the fucking weird angle. Wow, he's got a little double paw happening.
Yes,
Double the thwacks.
yes.
Double
I
the
thought your friend
beans.
Chris might like seeing my cat, so
This one's for you, Chris.
this is for you, Chris.
The eyes look like the fucking.
Oh my God, black cat with blue eyes.
No, his eyes are just super dilated because he was just chilling out.
He looks like Salem from what was that cat? Salem. What movie was that?
That was Sabrina, but I was
Sabrina
thinking,
the
what's the
Teenage
anime Kiki's Delivery Service?
Oh, Kiki's
Gigi.
Delivery Service.
Gigi's
Yeah.
Delivery Service.
He's too fat.
Well, let's get to your cards.
Okay.
First one. This is the front. The back is like this. It's kind of skeletal. This is like a bare bones deck too, so that's why I went with that one on when you said family. I don't know if any family is watching this. I don't know how blunt you want me to be on air or not, but
Oh no, you can be blunt. They're all asleep.
okay. Thank God.
Plus, they know they're bitches.
This is
Exactly.
a phase deck. Family phase decks work very well because they start at the bottom and they go to the top. This is definitely more like a colorful deck, but it has family roots. It's a Hispanic deck. And then this deck, which I actually put on this show already, the Salvador Dali deck. I love this deck. It often gives us some really bare bones truths that, and this one, as you can see, very Salvador Dali, because all of his works of art in a deck that he was commissioned for really late in life. But which deck do you think?
I'm thinking the first one if it's gonna like get nitty gritty.
That's
That
what
of
I
all
like to
three,
hear.
that
Just-
one's gonna, yeah.
Just out of
Of all
curiosity,
three, that one.
just out of curiosity, is this family like mothers, sisters, like that kind of thing, or is this like family like
It's like the me and my dad thing that
children?
I told you about.
Oh, okay.
So it's a pre-existing family systems type of thing.
Yeah.
But you don't have to say anything, so that's fine. So
I was trying to be
Um,
aloof.
Yeah, no, it's not about my sisters. They're just bitches in general.
Well, I didn't know if it was like about. I didn't know when you said family if you were talking about like your daughter and your kids and your fiance and like that part of the family. If you were talking.
oh,
about,
okay,
like,
because I was gonna say if that's that family, we're going a different deck.
No,
But
no,
you're-
not about. No, it's my
Okay.
my parents kind of thing. Yeah.
It's funny being the fly on the wall for these because I know all these people, so it's so I'm like.
So
I'm
you
like,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying, and
I'm
you're
like,
like, is it right or not?
yeah. No, I know it's
well,
all
I guess
right. I know all of
that's
these. I know all
TBD.
of what we're talking about.
I'm gonna shuffle while you think about this, okay? and really try and channel in, especially on family energy. That one's hard because we have a lot of like trauma stuff or whatever been built in. So try and just pull apart some good and some of what you think, and then let me know when you're done, okay?
Okay.
All right. So how do you want your cards cut? Do you want them in 3 stacks, or a fan?
3 stack.
3 stack. So I don't know if you can see the video on the bottom or not, but that's where your cards are going to be showing. You got heavy wands tonight. All right. 2 wands, hanged man, 5 of rings. All right. Rings are the same as pentacles in this deck. So 10 of wands, where you're coming from with regards to this relationship, is the card of burden. So it's the card of carrying. So this is the original Rider-Waite.
Oh, hold on. I have the card thing pinned so I could see it. Okay.
It's literally a man, could be a woman, carrying a stack of wands. It's carrying a lot on their shoulders. It's not having an appropriate balance of weight that you should be carrying. Okay, so it's like being inundated or multitasking something that was not set for you at that time, or not appropriate to be carrying, I guess. Does that make sense to you or no? It's a pretty...
I'm not sure with that one.
Okay, let's keep going.
Yeah, maybe like once we like go through other cards, like it'll connect.
Let's keep going. So the 5 of Pentacles reversed is a card, which is a card. This is what this card looks like in the original Rider-Waite. Okay, so it is a card of values, it's tension, it's so in this original depiction in the artwork, the woman and the son, or the whatever the relationship is, they're in like tattered robes walking past a stained glass church in snow, barefoot with crutches, which the original depiction would say that they were walking by the help of the church due to either not seeing it or not wanting to go there, but suffering. So this card is about like an emotional hardship. It's a card of needing new options to move forward. It is also the fear of losing a potential relationship. It's a pretty big card.
Yeah.
Could be a bereavement card, an impactful, like it can indicate health. So it doesn't always have to, but there's like a theme here of like a fear of losing that. So
no, that card, like that card's like a punch in the face. Like
sorry,
that's definitely a lot of like what's been going on. So
let's just go to the last one, unless you want me to stop.
No, you can go on.
Okay, and then I think I have an understanding here of what this is. But so we're gonna go to the last card, which is the Hangman reverse. It sounds scary. It's not. I don't know how much you know about tarot.
The Hangman reverse is just a guy standing
on his head.
You're not wrong. It's a perspective card, so you're not wrong, actually. Which is I don't mean actually like but actually as in that was a good. So this is the sign of more, so it's like more rigid thinking. Rigid sounds bad, but it's more of like a tunnel vision, that it's like telling you, get out of the tunnel vision. This shows that you might be hanging on to something that isn't, I don't want to say real, but it isn't like detrimental to what your thoughts are. It asks you to take another view to liberate yourself. That could indicate, though, that what you're thinking is valid, but you've got to take another view to liberate yourself. That could show you that what you're thinking isn't valid. You got to take another view to liberate yourself. If you don't mind me asking, can I ask at this point a very general...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like
go on.
What a general reference to this relationship is, so I can infer this first card.
Okay, so as Nick...
You don't have to share anything you don't want to, but...
Oh, no, it's fine. Like I said, no one that I know right now is awake or watching this, but basically everyone knows.
Sorry. Okay.
No, basically, like Nick said, I have a fiance, so we're getting married, And
Congrats.
thank you. And you know, there's just been a lot of tension with my dad, and he's not always been like the best dad. And then we got in a really bad argument back in, I think, yeah, November or October, where we just haven't spoken to each other. And it opened my eyes a lot on like how he treated us and like how he's treated my stepdad, with him like basically saying if my stepdad's involved with my wedding, he's not going to be involved. And my stepdad's been more of a dad to me and stuff like that. And then
Your dad has, or your stepdad?
my stepdad's been really good. Like he's been my dad for 25 years.
So it's funny you say that, not to bring this at all, like I don't ever usually bring it back personally, but I got married 8 years ago, and I have a stepdad and a dad, and my parents hate each other. The first time they were together was my sister's graduation from college. They had to be on other sides at UNH of this huge. And so my sister and I, we both had gotten married that year. We had to deliberate between who's walking us down the aisle, who's doing the first dance. It was that awful, juggling. At the end of the day, we did what was best for us. For me, that meant I walked myself down the aisle, and my stepdad gave me away with his hand at the end, and my dad and I had a first dance. For my sister, it was the opposite. But what I do want to say is, remember that 10 of Wands that you said you weren't sure how it hit? It says, the message here is to take some pressure off yourself. You don't need to be perfect. You're creating self-pressure. People are asking you to be fixated on impossible goals. There's ongoing stress, but this means also tasks get framed as potential problems with exhausting grind between commitments as you are trying to keep everyone happy. Make a vow to make space for your own needs. You need to please yourself first and foremost, and only then and when you do this can you see that way ahead more clearly.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense, because I've always been like that people pleaser. And then like when it came to my wedding, I was like, this is about me. Like I've waited long enough.
It's telling you to do 100%. Like if you see here 10 of Wands, it's saying
place yourself first.
Yes, like so the only reason I didn't read that part is because mostly with this card, just like when you find like it's like a niche part of the card, but the biggest part is usually carrying a lot on your back. But remember how you were like, I don't know if that hits yet. That card though is what you just described, is carrying a lot on your back, right? It's trying to make everyone happy. It's getting in the argument. It's trying to make your wedding, which stemmed from the wedding, right?
It's a pattern thing.
I'm sure there's a lot, deeper, but in regards to that, I just think it's reminding yourself, regardless of what it is in the moment, what the new topic is with that existing relationship, is to be putting yourself forward on that.
I can agree on that.
And remembering that. I mean, I'm sure we all want to making sure that you're looking at the things from afar, and you're making that decided solution to whatever it is. In this case, God damn it, your wedding. I mean, come on. There's nothing more that, there's a lot more in life, I get it, but I'm saying there's nothing more that is catered to what you want and your husband or fiance want on that day. Can't think of another thing, right? For you and him, you and her, you and whoever, besides that day of like union, whatever that means to you. So it's a good reminder to remind yourself that you need to keep that on high regard.
All right. Awesome.
For yourself first. You got this.
Yeah. That's what 2023 is about.
2023, make it like that's what February 20, I don't even know what the date is. 20 something's about. 25. Let's make February 26th about like tomorrow. You got this now and forever.
All right, we'll do that.
You'll remember. I know it'll pop in your head at some point when you least expect it.
Put yourself first, Sydney.
I will. I'll start doing it.
Nice to meet you, though.
You too. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course.
Bye. Okay. Are you ready for the final one?
Yes.
I feel like you banged these out. This was like, what was it? We started, it's only been like an hour and 15 minutes since you started fucking, since you started. You're fucking.
Gotten good at that.
You're crushing it. All right.
Let's meet our last contestant.
This is Aaron. Aaron, are you there?
Hi, yes. This is Aaron.
Hi. This is Nick Sands.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you.
So are you ready? You're ready to get your tarot read?
Sure, let's do it.
So Aaron is I don't know. I feel like Aaron, you should introduce some of the shit you've done because you do all kinds of crazy shit all the time. She was like in the Peace Corps and she fucking like.
Oh yeah, I want to hear it.
Went to Africa and fucking did some crazy shit.
I mean, I don't feel like it's crazy. It feels normal to me, but other people think it's a little out there, I suppose. But yeah, I wanted to join the Peace Corps when I was 14, and due to some life things, I never did it right after college or anytime really soon after undergrad. And then at one point in my career, I was like, you know what? I'm really tired of this career. Maybe now is the right time to apply for Peace Corps. So I went to Peace Corps a little later than most people do. Most people do it like out of undergrad or like sometime in their mid-20s or when they retire. There's a lot of retirees that do it. So I applied at 35 and went in at 36 for Peace Corps.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love that you described it as it sounds crazy to other people, but to me it's not. Because that's how I feel about tarot. So that's like a really nice intro to the lifestyle that you have.
She also does all kinds of, she does like, she's fucking underselling it super hard. She fucking does all kinds of, she does like these charity events. She put together like this like HIV awareness fucking campaign.
Oh yeah. That's like one of my biggest accomplishments stateside. Oh yeah, stateside. Yeah. That's like, I love that. So
you're like the Melinda Gates of.
I mean, I
like
wish.
Maybe that sounded like a bad example, but you're a giver. You are somebody who's.
I don't feel like Melinda Gates is a bad example. Melinda Gates is a great example. Some
people would argue yes or no, and I'm like, whatever. But I think it's a good example, as in like I'm saying it as a compliment. You are definitely somebody who. What's that word, Nick? Where you give and you're like philanthropic.
Philanthropic.
Yeah.
That's a fucking word.
So
right
if
there.
I ever won the lottery, I would be super philanthropic. I would die poor and penniless if I won the lottery because I would do so much with it.
I'd wager that you're philanthropic already because your donation of time is more valuable than money any day. But
yeah. I mean, my mom complains that I'll never be able to retire. She's like, "Look, girl, you're gonna be working till the day you die," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably true."
My question is, when is your birthday?
July 2nd.
I'm having a brain freeze. Cancer. Yeah, cancer.
Yeah.
So you feel it all.
Fucking Ross coming in from the back.
No, I said it first. For the record, I said it first. My daughter's July 11th, and in my head, I'm like, oh my God, am I on a cusp here? But so have you had a reading done before, Aaron? Aaron, right?
No, never. I've always wanted to, and I've never had the opportunity really present itself. So here we are.
It presented itself, and the universe puts you where it needs to, just like the Peace Corps. So
there you go.
Tarot is, I don't know if you've watched any of the show so far, but tarot is not fortune telling. It's just a path-based explanation and motivation and advice, if you will, putting you on that right path whenever you feel stuck, type of thing. So you can never make a wrong choice. And if you deviate from the way the cards are spelled out, nothing bad's going to happen. It's just not going to be it won't be the best choice that's laid out, quote, from the universe, God, capital G, lowercase g, whatever you want to say. So is there a part of your life, usually it's divided, we're only doing 3 card spreads tonight because of time, but is there a part of your life that has a question mark? For example, it's usually divided into love/relationships, career/work, home/kids/ pre-existing. So it's usually like already there, or personal, whatever that means to you. And that can be specific or not.
Okay. Well,
I know it's a lot to take.
Yeah, that is. But it's also like, I can like categorize it. There's like 2 things that have been on my mind a lot topic wise. And one is yeah, sure. I graduated with my MBA in December, and I went into like data analytics afterwards, and I really love it, but I don't really know that I'm going to stay in it. And I'm trying to open my first business. And so just like that path of sorting through the options and knowing where to go, because if I open any of the business ideas I have, most of them I can't really stay in the small town I'm in order for them to succeed. And I'm definitely a small town girl, so that would make me a little sad, but also like I've got goals and I want to go accomplish them. So
Yes.
that's like the first thing.
Okay, that one right there is a great read that we can do. What's the other that you're thinking of, or are you more prone to one over the other?
I guess it comes up, but it's always come up secondary. Like I've always put off dating. I don't really have like a history of even allowing myself to date. Like I always put something else first, and it's usually work or volunteering or something, or sometimes it's just that I'd really rather have really great friendships than I would have a dating life. Like that's been a big chunk of my life, is like choosing friendships over dating, and I just don't want to mess with it. But like lately it's been on my mind like more and more, where I'm like, man, I'd really like to find my person. I think that would be great.
I think if you don't mind me putting in my input on this, I think we should go with the latter, the dating, because it sounds like even with the work thing, you're like, well, if I have to go this route, it means moving from a small town, it sounds like you're logically evaluating the first choice more than you are the second. The second one seems like more of a question mark that you don't know an answer to, whereas the first one, I feel like whatever answer you're given, you can gather, you can assess, and you can make the choice. I think the second one was
like
dating.
I'm definitely analytical about the first one. Like I'm collecting data, I'm like running the numbers, I'm trying to predict 5, 10, 15 years out what's the best place to do these different business options. And I'm like, you're going to have to move to these places, so pick wisely.
Right, which means you're at least assessing. In the second choice with dating, you're not really assessing. And I'm interested to understand, this could be another thing, but that you said you pick your friendships over dating. Are the two clashing?
I mean, maybe they clash. I've never really thought of that. I usually have, like my friends are usually all girls. So like, I have guy friends, but if I see them, it's because it's like a big group of us hanging out. It's not like.
Okay.
I have girls' nights more than I have anything else, right? Like the girls come over and we have game night or movies, or, we make dinner together, but it's like me and the girls. It's never me.
Do you feel like you're going to lose that with dating?
No, I don't think I'm going to lose that. No.
Okay.
No.
Let's do the cards on that. Are you okay with doing the cards on that? Like the dating?
Yeah. Like my girls are solid, so I don't worry about that. Yeah.
I have the same best friend since literally middle school, and we've all been each other's weddings. We've all been there to cry when they get divorced. We've all been there for whatever. So,
ovaries before bovaries. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm going to pick these. Do you have access to your camera? Can you see or no? Your camera.
No, I can't see. Okay. Yeah, no.
So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to pick the deck for you. Are you okay with that?
Go for it.
Okay. So Nick, for the record, let the record
I was
show.
like, does Nick want to pick the deck for me?
I don't think
No, don't let him.
I don't think that's how it works.
This deck is like girl power, as you can see, AF, but it also has an individualized phase deck, which means that it moves forward from an individual grounding. Do you feel like that would be good for your friend Erin?
Let's give it a go. I am intrigued.
Okay, she said yes. So I want you during this time, Erin, to think. So I know you don't see the camera, but I'm going to be shuffling while you take 30 seconds or so to just internalize in your mind. Think about it like yoga. You're pushing out to the top of your head. Dating, what that means to you, the fears, the not fears, the hopes, the not dreams, the dreams, whatever it is. Let it come in, let it go out. And then tell me when you're done, okay?
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good.
Oh, sorry, not to interrupt you. I was like, did I lose you? I can't see you on video. So
The anticipation
No.
was literally palpable.
yes.
Oh, that's funny. I was like trying to think. I was like, how fast can I go through this list? And man, I just
That
started
is
like
such-
listing off all the things.
That is such a analytical way to approach it, and I love you for that. So, I'm 2 ways to cut your deck. Okay, I'm going to describe them to you because you can't see. The first is that I take my left hand. I'm going to put them in 3 equal stacks. I'm going to restack them so it's 1 stack. Okay, and I'm going to pull your 3 cards from the top. The other way is just a straight fan out, like you would at a casino, essentially, and I pull them from a fan. So, do you want the stack or the fan?
Stack.
I knew you would say that.
Everybody
That's the
picked
analytical
stack
logic.
except for Mormo.
I told you, Nick, did I not in the beginning? Everyone picks the stack.
I would
All
never
right.
pick the fan.
Ooh, interesting.
I would only select fan if I were there because I'd want to touch it if it were a fan.
Ooh, that's a good reason.
Are you allowed? Are they allowed to touch it?
Yeah. Usually I have them shuffle if they're not here. They would
okay.
shuffle while they think about it. I cut. Good question though. So interestingly enough, your first card is the Lovers reversed. Your second is the 5 of Wands. And I will tell you what that means in a second, but and then the third is the Hangman reversed. The Lovers reversed shows questioning relationships, literally. But there's usually a sign of like corruption or something negative behind it. You don't have to answer this, but you can if you want. Was there a negative relationship that impacted your past that made you be more adhered to work over finding love, if you will? Was there something like a divorce that made you be like, oh, I'm not going to do that, or nothing? Did you grow up with like the quintessential family love, not family? Love?
There's definitely a relationship for sure that impacted how I view what is worthwhile in a relationship or not worthwhile.
Okay, so when it's the Lovers reversed, it's showing that is impactful. It makes sense. Trauma is trauma, or whatever you want to call it. Like that's what you know. However, when it comes to the cards, okay, so don't take. Whenever I say that, I mean like from the card standpoint. I'm not a psychiatrist, but it shows that there's something that's been internalized that's heavier than what was seen. So, for example, you see witness a bad relationship. Let's say the dad cheated on the mom, didn't come home till late at night. So that person, that daughter, for example, then becomes a workaholic and is like, I'm never dating somebody who works past X. It's internalizing something that was really more impactful than you think, or sorry, not think, more impactful than you realize, and to try and open up that negative experience you had and to explore that, whatever that means to you. But let's keep going, and then you can tell me at the end if you want, if that resonates or not. The 5 of Wands is the one that you're in now, the present. So this is the card that shows not a battle, but being brought into a battle without. So for example, a misunderstanding, it's like the person on the side that gets roped into something that it's not, they're not the direct component to it. The other alternative is that it could be a delay. It could show being surrounded by people with strong opinions, particularly family, that, for example, somebody's like, why don't you find a partner? Or, but it shows that there's also a lot of competition going on right now. Different areas of your life are competing with others, and it shows tests, education, career are taking a much stronger pull than relationships, which I think you've already just literally said, right?
Yeah. I mean, I purposely
Avoid.
Yeah, I just don't even, people are like, are you dating? And I'm like, no, why would I even put that energy out into the world? Like, no, I'm not. Like, ew. So,
and the ill part, though, is asking you to explore why the ill, you know? So, which brings us to our last card, and then, which is the Hangman reversed, okay? And this is where we're going. This is showing revision of expectations. This shows a sign of rigid thinking. This shows that you are hanging in like a victim standpoint. I'm not saying that you're playing the victim. It's saying that it's asking you to liberate yourself from a previous thought in order to take another view to move forward for yourself. AKA, you can find the love that you want you just said, where's my person, right? But then you're like, why would I spend time dating? Ew. Those are two conflicting statements. But
For sure. For sure.
I know you know, and that's fine. And again, humanizing, totally get it. But ask yourself where the ew dating part comes from versus the I want to find my person. Because the ew dating part is taking over a more rigid way of thinking than the I want to find my person. And you can find your person if you revise that way of thinking.
I mean, that is a very good point in general. So yes to that. That's a very good point.
Not to dive so deep into your love life that I don't know about, but the Lovers Reverse was really, I think you're going to find your answers if you're even thinking of looking for it in the future in whatever that negative relationship is or that learned relationship that you said in the beginning. It's going to start there.
I mean, you're right. We're not gonna go into the situation.
No, don't.
You're right.
Don't.
You're right.
Start there
if
you want to. If you want to, start there, knowing that you can find your person if you start there. And I know that's a shitty way to start the go out and date phrase, but you'll find your person.
But no, it's not. Why would that be a bad thing? Because aren't we always suggesting people to go get the therapy or go talk it out or seek, whatever is a peaceful resolution for you. It doesn't have to be for that other person, but for you, for your peace of mind. Yes. So yes, that's always great advice. So.
Well, I meant it was shitty advice when you're maybe dating. And I'm like, go to therapy and find out that negative relationship and you'll find your guy or girl. I meant it's there, but based on the cards, it's so there. But the work starts at the beginning. Sure. And you're a logic-based gal, I can tell. You've done a lot. You're a go-getter. The emotional shit, a lot of go-getters, we don't like to do. We don't like to deal with. It's easier to do the logic, right?
It's weird because I'm almost the last time I did an empath test, I was over 85% empath. And I was well, yeah, I'm a Cancer. I cry all the time. I freaking hate being emotional because it's all the time. And so I think I forced myself to be logical and take a breath. I'm okay, take a breath and do the math on it. Or take a breath and make a pro-con list.
Because it's easier to deal with.
It's the way that I keep myself from going off the deep end, so to speak, and just crying it out for 4 weeks. Because nobody wants to cry anything out for 4 weeks. That's not fun. And anybody who's a Cancer knows that that's
my daughter's a Cancer and she feels it all the time. I'm a Gemini
all the
and
time.
I feel nothing. I'm over here when I get emotional, I do a New York Times crossword puzzle or I do a level hard Sudoku. I get the logic where I make lists. I need that. But it's asking you to you don't have to dive so deep, but start with a list of, hey, I start here and I just have a goal for, let's say, therapy, or I have a goal for exploring this avenue. And I think you're really going to find a lot of clarification there that's going to help you get, as you said, find your person. They're there. But you got to know yourself and why you think of relationships the way you do first.
Good points and good advice. And probably honestly what I needed to hear.
Sorry, I know. It's that's the best type of tarot reading is the stuff you already know, but that you're I have to hear it. But you willingly are I'm hearing it, but it's stuff you know inherently. And
right. And it's funny because when I was back home in Texas over Christmas break, I got to visit one of my very good friends, and she was telling me pretty much the same thing. She's you're going to regret it if you don't go take care of this. And here you are saying the same thing, sort of, but you're not telling me I'll regret it, but you're giving me the same advice she did. She was just being super tough about it. So
yeah, it'll help you get to the things that you do want deep down, but you might be avoiding, because of the emotional baggage that comes with it, which we all do.
I mean, there's a reason I know how to drive a school bus. I got loads of baggage, loaded up. So
well, then you got this. I know you do. And it was so nice to meet you because I'm excited. Everyone I've talked to tonight, I'm really excited for their future, but I definitely think yours as a go-getting Cancer who has done a lot and knows deep down, I think you're gonna maybe have the weight with this in a good way that'll carry through into your next chapter.
Well, thank you for the encouragement. Gonna have to go off and do the thing, face the truth. So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You
Bye.
too.
You're welcome. Thanks, Nick.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, Anna, you fucking killed it. You did it.
Right?
You did an excellent job.
My phone almost died, and I'm like, whatever. But yeah, that was fun. I think everyone was pretty receptive, and hopefully gave you good feedback of some kind. But I felt really good connected to each audience person.
Everybody just wants to know when you're starting your own show, you know?
Well, I don't know about that, but let me ask the cards. No, just kidding.
Yeah, ask the cards.
I don't really do readings for myself, but
you don't? I thought that's where you had to start.
I did, but I don't do that was over a decade ago. I do, Russ. How often do I have readings for myself?
Rarely.
Maybe once out of every 100 readings that I do for other people, I do for myself.
Everybody said in the comments, everybody said thank you. Chris said thank you. Mormo said thank you. He said great job. Sydney said thank you. Rachel said thank you. So everybody was very appreciative of.
Yeah, it was great. I had a good time. And I see the chat now. Oh wait, a different chat. But no, I had a hold on, Rachel. I legit just got a whammer.
Yeah, don't read that. No, don't read that. Read it in your head.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to tell you offline.
I'm glad that the reading was.
That's what I was going to tell you
exactly what it would be. So yeah, thanks, Nick. I had a blast. Maybe in the future we can do something again.
Well,
let me know.
I think I'll probably be tuning into your and Ross's show very soon, anyways. So
we'll see. Yeah, I know you keep pushing for a show. You even told me like you should do any show. Like
literally, your fucking personality. You absolutely should.
I just don't know what I would talk about.
You're a natural born star. Everybody knows it.
So I just feel like
This is the whole reason I brought you actually on the show is to give you the hard truth of you're a star, and you should fucking have a show.
Well, I love you. Thank you. It was fun. My ass is going to bed.
All right.
Please tell me I'm not live still.
We are still live, but we're gonna be stopping.
Well,